All right. Today we're going to talk about the TRX 4 Defender. This was my first crawler. A little pricey, about $469, but you get a lot for that money. As you can see, this has been kind of beat up. A lot of these screws are orange because I'll run this in the wintertime, drive around in the snow. Man, where do I start? It's a 5-channel truck, which means you can lock and unlock the rear and front differentials independently from each other, or you can have it completely locked. It has a 2-speed transmission, so you're slow in the low gear, and it's actually going to have some speed in the high gear. Is it a basher? No. Is it super fast? Absolutely not. But I have a Gen 8 V2 Scout. I have an Element RC Enduro Sendero HD. And the second gear on this just blows those away. So it's kind of like a little bit of best of both worlds. You got the slower for trailing and crawling. And then if you want to just zip it around a little bit, you can go into high gear and have fun with that. It's actually it's nice to be able to have that option. Traxxas makes this, and it is bulletproof. I have not had one thing break on this. It's got portal axles, so you get some better clearance. It's just a beast. I mean, a lot of people say you get what you pay for. Well, you get a lot for what you pay for this. The body has really good detail. It's got light buckets ready for you to wire up lighting if you choose. It's got this cage. It kind of hurts you in crawling though. It adds a little weight up high, so when you're side hilling and things, it's not really ideal. Kind of want to be light up top. You want the weight down by the axles where it's unsprung. It actually comes with a 5th tire, which is nice. A totally usable tire. It goes on the back. That's what all these holes are for. I took it off because every time I go to crawl up a hill, the back tire would catch. So it just really ruined the approach angle on the rear end. Definitely looks cool. Comes with a little jack, gas can. A lot of this stuff you can 3D print now. Again, light buckets back here if you wanted to do lighting. So let me tell you some things I did because I was new and I probably shouldn't have. So when I bought this, I was eager and excited. So what did I do? I went out and I bought a bunch of aftermarket parts for it. These are metal sliders that I bought. Man, they look cool. Add a little bit of weight. I'm like, oh yeah, man, this is going to be great. But to be honest, and you can see the paint's gone. I mean, I really scratched the crap out of these on rocks. But to be honest, these don't slide as well as the plastic sliders. Those actually do work better. It's just my opinion, but that's what I've seen. So I've taken these off. The front bumper I took off. It didn't really give me good approach angles, but it's got a fake winch. You could take that off, and then you still got the fair lead for a real winch if you want. Let's see what else. So one aftermarket thing I did keep was this bumper. It's got a stinger on it. Kind of keeps you away from the rock, but it's exposed. The wheels are exposed up front, so you can kind of go at an angle, let this wheel catch on the rock, and then you can climb right up. Adds a little bit of weight in the front, which is what you want. Let's see, what else have I done? So I'll take the body off. And I mean, this thing is built. I mean, everything Traxxas makes is built like a tank. I mean, you really get your money's worth. I have had no issues with the mini servos that control your locking and unlocking diff. I've had no issues with the servo that controls the 2-speed transmission. No issues with the motor. No issues with the ESC, which, by the way, you have, I think, 5 different modes with the ESC. You have like a training mode, which cuts everything down so it's slow. You have a crawl mode, a race mode, you know, I think a trail or sport mode, whatever. Man, what a truck. I mean, if you're just starting off, I mean, box stock RTR, this thing is very capable. It looks good. The shocks are stock, never leaked. I know some brands, you open the box and the shocks are all wet because they're leaking. I mean, everything about this just yells quality, durability. It's strong. I mean, it's built like a tank. I bought one of these bumper brass mounts right here. Adds weight to the front. If I do anything else, oh, and by the way, this is the stock servo. That's still working. I mean, I've put this thing through its paces. This is my mudding RC. This is my, you know, I crawl with this RC. I use it in the snow. I submerge it in water. I've gone through mud. I've had no issues. The only issue I have had one issue, and that was the plastic steering horn that Traxxas puts on all their trucks. It's a joke. It'll break probably in your first battery pack. It'll just strip out and you won't be able to turn. Your car will just go in circles. Let's see. One thing I would like to get are the portal housing covers in brass. I want some more unsprung weight up front. Like I said, this is a top heavy vehicle, and I want that weight because when you do go up a really big incline, because it's top heavy and everything, it wants to just tip back. So that is one upgrade. I think it's like $44 on Amazon. You take the wheels off and you can do the outer portal cover in brass. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on these guards. It was pretty cheap. Kind of saves your diff a little bit from getting torn up by rocks. And you see these are already wearing down from hitting rocks. A lot of people say that they're a joke and they just catch things and hang you up, but I haven't really had any issues. I like them, and until I do, they're going to stay. See what else. And you know, the other thing with Traxxas, and I'm going to have a tire review video here coming up where I go over a bunch of different tires that I've bought. These Canyon Trails tires that come with it are, I think, in my opinion, way underrated. These Canyon Trail tires are amazing. I'm in Ohio. We have a lot of, wild rocks with moss on them and things. There's a local park called Nelson Ledges. It's actually a glacial deposit. I mean, there are boulders, rocks the size of houses. It's like a crawler's heaven to go there. It's so much fun. And these Canyon Trails do so well. I can't count how many videos I watch on YouTube where everybody just praises Proline Hyraxes. I don't know. I have 2 sets of Proline Hyraxes, and they don't, I try to use them. I can't make a crawl, a climb. I take them off, I put these on, and it walks right up. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the type of rocks I'm on. I will say that some of the videos I watch, these guys are running on cement, like cement structures, stuff you'd find at like mini putt-putt courses where it's like mountains where they blow the cement in, and it's like almost like trying to crawl on sandpaper. Things like that those Hyraxes probably work really well. I haven't tried any because I don't have anything like that around here. But for just natural rock, these Cannon Trails do great. This comes with the Tqi Remote, 5-channel remote. Pretty standard, just nice foam wheel. You got some trims, high-low button, locking, unlocking diff switch. Haven't really seen a reason to upgrade the radio. Speaking of the radio and the receiver, I took this to a local polo field and I set it down and I just throttled it and let it go straight away from me, and it went and went and went. I mean, it looked like a little dot way off in the distance, and I was still controlling it. The range with just the stock receiver and radio is unbelievable. I couldn't even tell when I was turning it to come back if I was which way I was going. I had to actually start walking to verify where I was, if I was coming back towards me or not. It was that far away. I was really impressed with that. So again, any questions or comments, leave them down below. Hopefully, if you're thinking about getting a TRX, whether it's the Bronco or the Defender here, or even the Sport, the Chevy Blazer, I don't even think they sell the Mercedes anymore, but they did have a Mercedes G500. I don't know how you can go wrong. Just amazing trucks overall. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I answered some questions. And get out there, rip it up, crawl it up, have fun.